Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Today it's time for a ship tour. We were just on Carnival Magic and we did a ship tour. I got up early in the morning, 2 times. First time I got up, one side of the ship was closed because of the wind. So I did it again later in the week. After a Cheers package, the things I do for everybody. But let's get to it. A full ship tour of Carnival Magic, one of my favorite ships. Here we go. All right, everybody, buckle up. We're doing a full tour of Carnival Magic. We're going to start you on deck 3 midship because as you will see, you come out here, you go up to the front and you come back, then you go up to deck 4 midship. You cannot go all the way along deck 3. So this is the main Your Time Anytime dining restaurant. It's called the Northern Lights. The other one is the Southern Lights at the back, which will be for the set dining early and late. But we're going to start you here. So again, this is on deck 3 midship. We're walking back towards the front of the ship. And there's the main entrance, as it were. But I started midship to come out. Here you go, Northern Lights Restaurant. You're going to come down here. We're going to hang to the left. Most of the stuff on this ship is on deck 5, as you'll see. But for now, we're going to come out here. Coming up on the left, or sorry, on the right there is the Atrium Bar, the lobby bar. Plenty of seating area around here. And then on the left side is where you go to book your excursions. The shore excursion desk was there on the left. We're going to come back up. Remember, again, we're at the front of the ship. We're heading into the Showtime Theater, which covers deck 3, 4, and 5. But the main lower area is also obviously deck 3. So we're in there right now. I'm going to walk you all the way up to the main stage. And then we're going to walk out the opposite side and continue our tour. There's the main soundboard area. So a nice large theater. So we'll come out here. Still on deck 3. And as we come out here on the left-hand side coming up, you're going to see guest services right there. On the right-hand side, there's a machine you may not know about, but you can change bills down to up to a $5 bill. You can put 100 in there, make it into 20s, 10s, 5s, 50s, 10s, 20s, 5s, whatever, down to a $5 bill. And there's the opposite side of the Atrium lobby bar. And we're going to head up to deck 4. Not a huge amount on deck 3, but again, shore excursions desk, guest services, the Your Time Dining restaurant, and the main theater. So here we are up on deck 4. I'm just going to do a slight detour here because I want to show you the upper level of the restaurant, the Northern Lights, and a couple of little areas that you may not even have heard of or know that they are there, but they are there. So right before we go in here, there's the escape bar. It is as it sounds. It's just a little place you can go to get away. I did notice this morning, and it was about 6:37 in the morning when I did this tour, that they had some orange juice and pastries out. I'm not sure if that's an everyday thing or there was something special going on. And then on the opposite side is a books and games room, just if you want to get away from it all. And here is the upper level of the restaurant we started walking through. Again, this is the Northern Lights restaurant. They were set for the Dr. Seuss breakfast this morning. If you were paying attention to the first part of this video, I did that earlier in the week. So it was not set up for this. And I sneakily edited it out because I couldn't get in that lower area because they were ready for the Dr. Seuss. So I used that. I'm going to come out here and I'm just going to quickly take you into the books and games room just to show you what is in there. And shockingly, there are books and games. I always saw a few people in here randomly during the week, but not too many. So it certainly doesn't get very busy in there. So now we're coming out still on deck 4. We're going to walk around. This is the main pixels area. Again, most of the stuff that you're going to be seeing and doing is going to be up on deck 5, which we'll get to obviously next. But we're going to walk down here, looking down at the main lobby bar on deck 3. There's a pixels desk right there. And then we're going to come back here and show you the entrance to the theater on deck 4. It's basically the same seating area on deck 4 as deck 5. On deck 4, you're going to walk up these stairs. When you go in the same one on deck 5, you're going to walk down some stairs, and you'll basically be in the same little area on the same level, as you can see looking at it. The main part of the theater is down on deck 3. So we're just going to walk down here and come out the other side. So again, we're going to come back down. We're still on deck 4. Keep on walking. And you'll be back out into that pixels area again. Right here. A mixture of computer and hard copies on this ship. There's your dream studio. If you want to get a private photography tour, you would pop in there. Just walk past the main entrance to that restaurant I showed you when we started on this deck. And now we are going to go past one more pixels desk, and we're going to take you on a right down here. You can only go down on this side. The other side, there is no entrance. And just down here on the right, we're going to go past that books and games room again, right there. And there's the another entrance into the restaurant. You can enter through these doors on the side. One little tip for you, if you're on this level of the restaurant and you want to use the restroom, you will keep going where I'm walking, and it's going to be on the right-hand side. Not the most obvious place, but once you know where it is, it makes it easy, but it's definitely the closest restroom. We're going to go past it in a second. So we're heading to the back of deck 4 right now. There are the restrooms. And then coming up on the right is the smoke-free casino. One person gambling in there, and it has to be my friend Bonnie, of course. But this is smoke-free. There's a bar on the left. There's a main casino desk at the back, you can see on the left. A nice change if you don't like the smell of cigarettes in the casino. And it was busy. It's very busy. There's the bar. Again, this is like 6:30 in the morning, so there's not too many people. Apart from Bonnie. There she goes. So we'll continue walking back to the back. There's an ATM machine, of course, near a casino. And we're going to keep walking down here. A couple of the kids' clubs coming up. First up on the right there, there's the Circle C Club. On the opposite side is Club O2. So we're now at the back of deck 4. And we're going to go into the Southern Lights restaurant. This is for the early and late dining. There you go. Nice little dining area, nice and open and well lit. Again, this is the back of deck 4. We're looking down at the back of deck 3, but this is deck 4. So we just got a couple more things to look at on this deck, and then we're going to head up to deck 5 where most of the action, as it were, is. Some unique stuff to show you up on deck 5. We're just going to hang a left real quick. Straight ahead there is the entrance to Club O2, the main entrance. There's another one on the opposite side I'm going to show you in a second, because we're going to head into the warehouse of all the arcade games. And it's quite large on this ship, as you'll see. I'm going to walk you through from front to the back. Even at this time in the morning, there were people in there. I don't know how busy it gets during the week. I don't really go in here myself, but there's the other entrance to the Club O2, the red disc you'll see on the door there. And you'll see a few people here. One of the people I saw was selected to go up to play Let's Make a Deal later on, and they won, you guessed it, 1 cent. I think it was that lady on the right there. I just remembered her from earlier when I saw them come up. But yeah, so this is the warehouse. Now we're going to head up to deck 5. There'll be your restrooms, toilets for the restaurant. Okay, so now we're on deck 5. The first thing you'll see, again, we are at the back of deck 5 here. On the right-hand side, we're going to take you into the steakhouse. Not the largest of steakhouses, especially for a ship this size. I would definitely recommend that you would book this in advance. On the left-hand side is the bar. And as you'll see, like if you're familiar with like the steakhouse on ships like the Miracle, you know how large that one is. Not so large on this ship. So that's the steakhouse. We're going to come out and take a right and take you into the comedy club. Right in here. Nice large comedy club called the Spotlight Lounge. Nice open seating. They could probably put more chairs in there and get more people in if they wanted to, but they choose to put these big open seats everywhere. It was always a bit confusing to me, especially knowing how popular the comedy club is, but who am I? I normally spend a lot of time in the comedy club, but this week for 2 reasons. Number one, I was really here to see Ben, the amazing piano bar player, good friend of mine, because he made his comeback to Carnival. And 2, the comedians were really, frankly, not very good. Anyway, moving on. This is the piano bar. Where I'm walking is where you would line up to go in the comedy club. So you really have no choice but to go into the piano bar, even if you go in a comedy. On the left side here is the nightclub. I did not go in there because I was setting up for an art exhibition. They do all the art stuff in there during the day. On the left here is the Red Frog pub. And straight ahead there on the right would be the Sushi at Sea. Not a sushi restaurant. You just order it from the counter and sit wherever you want to eat when they give it to you. Now here's a Red Frog pub. I have a love-hate relationship with this particular Red Frog pub on these class of ships because I'm not a fan of the shape or the size of it. The musician's going to play in the corner there. They do the karaoke in the corner. It's so cramped. When there's people in here, it's loud and noisy. And this is the only door you could use. The main door, this is what we call the lanai that we're going out to. And it's like a wind tunnel when you open that door. A flush of wind will come in the room every time somebody comes in. On the left there is a smoking section, but this is the main outside section on this side of the ship. We're on the the port side. Now, one of the things that's unique about this ship, this class of ship, is you have 2 hot tubs on either side of the ship on deck 5. One of them is here, and one of them is further along. And here's the secret. Not a lot of people know about these, so they never really get that full. I never personally saw more than 4 or 5 people in these hot tubs during the week. But there's an outdoor seating area right there. And the other hot tub is a bit further down. Just to save some time, I didn't walk all the way up to it because I just walk up to it to turn around and come back. But trust me, just up ahead there on the left is another hot tub just like this one. Now, all week, I'm assuming it's because of the wind, these doors on the left into the main area there were not open. So the only way on this side of the ship you could get in and out was through the Red Frog pub, which may be another reason why this hot tub was never that busy. But there's 2 hot tubs on the other side as well, and they were not that busy. So a little secret to know about. There's a ton of hot tubs on this ship. I think there's like 9 or 10. If you know the exact number, post it in the comments. I don't go in hot tubs or pools on ships, so I don't know. So this is the wind trap. Like I said, you open these doors every time at night if it's windy. Every time somebody comes in here, if you're sitting at any of those seats, you are going to get met with just a gust of wind every time that door opens. But this is the main Red Frog pub on the right side there. Seating, you're going to come out the back and you have a shuffleboard and a foosball table. And then we're going to come out of here, and on the right side is your Alchemy Bar. Right here. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of the location of the Alchemy Bar. It's right by the main band area. They do a lot of trivia in here and stuff like that. I kind of prefer the Alchemy to be a little bit of a quieter area, but that's just me. Little salad bar on the right sometimes during the day. And there is your coffee bar right there. We're still on deck 5, but now we're heading over to the starboard side. We're going to come out these doors which were open. These doors on the opposite side were closed all week. And straight ahead, you'll have a hot tub. And here is the Pig and Anchor restaurant, the barbecue. Open on sea days. And there's your menu. And again, we're not going to walk all the way down, but this area you can walk up and down both sides. You cannot go all the way around the ship, mainly because of the wind. They blocked it, but there are 2 hot tubs on either side. If you like hot tubs, you see the other one further down there. This is the place to go because they don't get that busy. Again, personally, I don't touch them. I don't see the point of 15 people sitting crammed into a bunch of water. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But now we're going to continue. We're walking back towards the front of deck 5. And up ahead, there's a little Pixels area right there. The main Pixels is on deck 4, remember? But we're walking into the casino, the Hat Trick Casino. There is the bar on the left. Decent sized casino. They showed a lot of the sports games in here. There's a poker table right there. And there's all your tables on the left and all your slots on here. This is a premium cruise, not an ultra cruise, a premium cruise. So you'll notice there's quite a lot of people gambling this early in the morning. So we're going to come out of here. We're heading almost to the front of deck 5, and then we're going to take you up to the Lido and show you all that good stuff. But these are the shops. We'll hang to the left. And there's your cherry on top. And all your standard Carnival shops, the duty free. On the right hand side, there's another machine where you can change your bills down and check your account online, but you can also check it on the hub. And another one of those fun hubs where you can check in for flights and all that good stuff. There are loads of them all around the ship. So just walking across to the opposite side, show you some more shops. Another ATM right there on the right. Right there. Another hub station. And then we're going to take you into the top of the theater on deck 5. And then I'm going to take you up to the Lido deck and show you around there. So we're over halfway, everybody. We're over halfway. Not by much, but we are over halfway. You can do it. So again, this is the top of deck 5, front of the ship, the main theater. Looking down. Now we're going to take you up. We're in the middle of deck 10, which is the Lido deck, looking down at the Atrium Theatre. Long way down, isn't it? So we're going to come out here again, similar to the start of this video. You cannot walk all the way around here, and you don't need to see all the cabins. So I'm just showing you all the action, which kind of starts here. So we're going to come out of here, go to the back of deck 10, and then we're going to walk all the way up to the front and show you the Serenity to finish you on. So here we are on the main Lido deck. On the right hand side is the blue Iguana bar. On the left hand side is the red Frog bar. Right there. And we'll walk you down here where you can pick up your towels on the left hand side. There's the blue Iguana on the opposite side, blue Iguana bar. And coming up on the left is going to be Guy's Burgers. There was that lovely lady in the right in the blue that was trying to do what I hate and put towels down and reserve tables and come back later. And an hour and a half later, her towels were still there and she hadn't sat down. Remember that face? There's the main pool. Shame, shame, shame. I hate towel hogs. Here's the blue Iguana where you get your burritos, blue Iguana Cantina. Tacos and burritos at lunch. Ask for the taco shell at lunch if they have them. They're amazing. So I'm going to walk you through the main Lido buffet areas. There's your swirls. I'm going to come up and down here. There's a menu mate. That little thing there is if you are gluten-free or you have food allergies and all that good stuff, go to that little desk there and they will help you with your menu for the week. And here is the main buffet. It was just about opening, but still very quiet, so you get a good view. That is also where the Mongolian Wok is during the day, and the line for that is very long. Be warned. Go early. I'm going to come and walk back down here. More breakfast options. Obviously, this changes for lunch and dinner. Yeah, that Mongolian Wok, very, very popular. We did it twice, and I think we waited about half an hour one time and 45 minutes the other time. There's a pour your own beer station. I've never seen anybody use it on any ship, but they're always there. I guess people do, or they wouldn't have them. We're going to keep walking down here. There's all your seating area. Obviously on the left is the galley where they're cooking everything, so you can't go in there. And now we're going to come back and walk down here, show you the back end. So we are now towards the back of the ship. And it's basically just a dupe of the front. They'll do the sweet spot here where they have all the cakes and everything like that, all that good stuff. There's an omelette station right there for now, which will obviously change for later. And I have noticed typically the back of the ship is often less busy than the front part for some reason. But it's always busy in the buffets. Again, I rarely eat in the buffets, very rarely. So that's just me. Now, on this particular ship, they have a Cucina Del Capitano, which is up on deck 11 at the back of the ship. So we're going to walk you up there right now, just to show you it briefly. So this is where the Italian restaurant entrance is. You can also come in from deck 11, but most people will come up here, the back of deck 10. And there's your reception desk right there. And it's going to cover both sides. So you got this side and the opposite side. But I didn't walk all the way around because you get it. So now I'm going to come back and show you the very back of deck 10. With a tides pool, and we have the seafood shack, and we have the pizza. And we're coming down here and out here. And coming up on the right-hand side will be the seafood shack. Right there. If you want to treat yourself to some seafood, it's not free, but you can treat yourself. If you want a lobster roll or all that good stuff. There's the main tides pool. There's a hot tub either side of it. We'll show you a bit close up in a second. And then on the right hand side here is the pizza. And there's the tides bar. Very popular early in the morning. There are your hot tubs. Hot tubs everywhere. They should call it the Carnival hot tub. Beautiful sunrise for you. The main pool and another hot tub on the left there. Right there. Now we're going to take you up to deck 11. Now most of the starboard side is a smoking section, so I kind of try to avoid that. But it's deck 11 either side is pretty much the same. You notice there's a few people here because these are all the smokers this early in the morning. But if you kept walking down there, there's more smokers. But we're going to walk down the other side because it was a bit fresher air for me. Take one more look at that beautiful sunrise for you. Look at that, the things I do. All right, so this is the port side of deck 11. On the right side there through those windows would be the Italian restaurant. Plenty of seats out there if you want to sit in the sun. Obviously, you got to check because typically one side is going to be in the sun and one side is not. Depends on which way the ship is going. On the way back in, it was sunnier on the port side. On the way out, it was sunnier on the starboard side for obvious reasons. Up above, you'll see the jogging track, which we'll get to in a second, and the ropes course. Now, on the right-hand side here for those dark windows is actually going to be Camp Ocean, and I'll show you the entrance to that in a second. We're coming back to almost midship on deck 11. Another one of those decks where you cannot walk all the way around to the front, so we're going to cut upstairs so we can cut around. There's the restrooms, there's the men's on this side, the ladies is on the opposite side if you're on this deck, just so you know. Men's on the port, ladies on the starboard. This little area where the green area is there is where the DJ would play, the steel drummer would play, and all that good stuff. We're looking down at the main Lido deck. We're going to pop in these doors real quick just to show you the Camp Ocean. And there's the entrance. So again, we're still on deck 11. Now this is where the main smoking section is. That's why you can see so many people there, as opposed to the opposite side. So I'm going to go straight up. Again, you cannot walk all the way to the front on deck 11. Once I got past the main Lido deck area, there's a block off. So on this deck, you can walk pretty much all the way around. So we're now on deck 12. And this is where the jogging track is. We'll walk you around the jogging track. We're at the back of the main screen for the theater. 7 times around this track is 1 mile. I remember reading it. Those stairs would lead you up to the ropes course, which I'll show you in a second. But coming up on the left-hand side is the Sportsquare. You've got ping pong tables, you've got pool tables, you've got golf there, all sorts. There is a bar. I never saw it open. I don't know if it does open or not, but there is a bar there. There's some seating. There's your funnel. So we're walking back to the back of the ship. So we haven't actually been to the front just yet. And as you can see, I am flying by all the people going past me. Here comes a runner. I know there's one coming. There you go. I knew she was coming. I remember it. Beautiful day, as you can see, ahead. Coming up on the left, there'll be the basketball court. They play football. That is soccer to you Americans, football to the rest of the world. They'll play right there. Now, if you're in the Italian restaurant and you're there, especially in lunch, and you hear a lot of banging above you, it's people playing basketball because that is directly above the Italian restaurant. Poor design? I don't know. That's what they did. So the sunrise is kicking in, as you can see. So we're now at the back of deck 12. We're almost done, people. Hang in there. You can do it. We've got about 5 minutes left. You can do it. looking down on the tide's pool and the hot tubs. Outside workout area. And just Sportsquare signs. Now we're on the starboard side, looking back in at the basketball court again. And we're making our way to the front of the ship, where you're going to see the Waterworks, the Serenity deck, and then we're about done. Oh, the gym and the spa. Forgot about those. We'll show you those too. But before we get to that, we're coming up to the opposite side of the Sportsquare. A couple more golf holes, foosball tables. There's ping pong in there. Now we're going to go up these stairs really briefly to show you the entrance to the ropes course. It was pretty windy all week on this ship for whatever reason, and I didn't see the ropes course open once, but it is definitely here. There's a giant chessboard, and there's the entrance to the ropes course, and there's some lockers. Remember, closed-toed shoes, a couple more holes for the golf as an overflow. Looking back at the funnel. Now we're going to come back the opposite side. Back on deck 12. And we're going to walk to the front of the ship. So we're going to take a right here, but first we'll pan you briefly back into the Sportsquare. And then we're going to walk up to the front. There you can see the Waterworks. Looking down on the Lido. Again, if you go to deck 11, you will not be able to walk all the way to the front here, and you'll have to go up to deck 12. It's that loop around at the back is closed off. So if you didn't already know, the sister ships to this ship are the Dream and the Breeze. So those two ships will be very similar. The Dream was the first, the Magic was the second, the Breeze was the third. So there'll be slight differences, but overall basically the same ship. So we're going to come down here. We're going to go and show you the spa and the gym. Again, we're on deck 12. Forward. So yeah, Cloud9 Spa, main entrance. On the right hand side is the main desk reception for the spa. It wasn't open yet, but the gym was. The gym is going to be coming up on the right hand side. Right in here. And yes, I actually went to the gym this week, believe it or not. So here's all your treadmills. It's a decent sized gym, as you can see. Very popular, as you can see. It was open. People could have been working out. There were some people doing the weights. So that's the gym. And we're almost done. I've just got to show you the Serenity deck, and then we'll show you the entrance to Waterworks, and we are done. So we're going to walk you back out the same way we walked in. We'll bring you out on deck 12. We'll go up to deck 14, because as you know, there are no deck 13s on cruise ships, because they are unlucky. What has somebody said? Free drinks on deck 13, if you can find it. All Alrighty, so here we are coming back out. And we're going to take a right and head up and show you Serenity. I'm going to go one more. So I guess technically we're now on deck 15. Right at the top, right at the front. And there's your entrance to Serenity. Decent sized Serenity deck. Your clamshells. Regular chairs. Oh look, it's a hot tub. What a shock. Will there be another one, you ask? What do you think? Now we're at the very front of the ship. I'm going to come around here and we'll show you the opposite side, and then we are almost done. More clamshells. The bar is just the other side of that wall. Sun is coming up nicely. There's the bar. Dun 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 dun! It's a hot tub! You knew there'd be one more. Now we're just going to come up to the end here. I'm going to show you the entrance to Waterworks. And you have survived another ship tour. 20 minutes less than the celebration one I did recently. Whoa, that was a long one. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the Carnival magic. There is the entrance to Waterworks. And that, as they say in showbiz, is a wrap, everybody. Beautiful sunrise. There you go. Carnival Magic full ship tour. Not cabins, just all the action. Too much if you do all the cabins. But yeah, great ship. Had a really good cruise. Wonderful crew, as always. Good people. If you didn't know, the Magic is part of the Dream class. So the Dream was the first one. Then came the Magic. Then came the Breeze. So each time they made slight improvements, if you want to call them improvements. My personal favorite is the Breeze of the three. I love the Magic. Breeze, just a bit more for me. And I love, basically as the newer ships come out, I like them all. But some of the older ships, happy to be cruising, but prefer the newer ships personally. It's just me. Anyways, with that, I'm not going to waffle on like I always do, because that's not what we're here for, and that was a long video anyway. So if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, because I've got more coming up. I've got one on the Conquest, one on the Horizon, which we're going on very soon, and they'll be coming out in the next month or so. And then later in the year, we've got the Venezia. I've already done the Legend. What are we going on there? What else am I going on this year? Oh yeah, I'm going on the Pride. And back on the Magic again. So in the next few months, we'll have the Pride, the Horizon, and the Conquest coming up. So if you like these ship tours, I like to do them a certain way that I don't think other people do, and I think you know, you either love it or hate it, really, wouldn't you? But if you like it, subscribe, watch the others. If you have any questions, my email's coming up. Send me your questions. And if you have any tips or cruise traditions, I'd love you to send them to me. I do a weekly tips video, and I like to include cruise traditions where I can. Send them to me and I will put them out on the air. Everyone gets read because I don't read them until I read them. So it's a live-ish show. And with that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Hope you enjoyed my ship tour of Carnival Magic. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.